Hey, what's going on, guys? The Heart Pirates TCG here. I'm bringing you a match with my brother playing Doflamingo against Kid in the Treasure Cup and one of the side events. Guys, this game was absolutely insane. This is actually my second try making this because I literally had the entire video uploaded, and when I clicked on it, my editor didn't, not my editor, like my software that I use didn't just like mute the volume in the background, so it was just me commentating over like my brother's voice, and it was way too distracting. I'm not gonna ever release something like that poor quality, so I had to delete the whole video. It didn't even save the project, so I have to re-commentate on it again. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun, guys. This game is crazy though, by the way, because both these players get all the cards that they want, and it's just a matter of like who outthinks the other person. So real quick, I did get your feedback about getting all the about like new video ideas and things I could do and things that would be cool. So I'm gonna try to work on all of that, and hopefully I can get all of that done soon, within like the next week or two. All the things that you guys suggested, because they were all pretty good ideas. Like there was no like, oh, I'm definitely not going to do that one. I just got to go ahead and do it, right? The only issue is like I do work another full-time job, so it's kind of hard to like have the time to make these videos and work and walk my dog and social life and tournaments and all that. So we'll see. But anyway, our Doflamingo player starts out with the Perona, rearranges the top 5 cards of his deck, and then he passes, and then our Kid player plays a Bonnie, and then here's where he misplays here at first, right? So he plays a Bonnie and then immediately uses Bonnie's effect to actually get a card in his hand, and I believe he gets the Apu here. This is my second time recording it, so I know. So what he should have done here instead is just like, if he had a Capone, which he plays, I think, next turn. So if he had a Capone, he should have just played the Bonnie and then the Capone and then passed, because like now there's no way that Bonnie is living next turn, right? Like for Bonnie to really be a plus card, you have to use her effect twice, right? So like where she really gets her values, you have to be able to protect her one turn and then get her again. So that way you +1 off her. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things, like one extra card, but like that really does matter, especially Kid is a very technical deck. So that matters a lot. So it looks like my brother draws for turn, he's up to 3 Dons, swings with Perona. That Bonnie never stood a chance. Then he swings 7, and then he bounces his own Perona back with the Teach, and then swings for 7. He takes a life, so it's 4 to 5 now. Guys, this is like that's a great play, by the way, like bouncing your own Perona back, so like you can like dig for more important cards, right? So like maybe in his top 5 he had like a card that he didn't necessarily want at that time, so bouncing the Perona back can like get one extra card that could possibly make a difference. So we'll see. So he swings at 6 to the Teach. He kills the Teach and then plays a Capone. Then he plays the Perona, looks at the top 5 cards of his deck, and then I'm pretty sure he puts all of these at the bottom. Yeah, he puts all of these at the bottom because he's like, oh, those all suck. So then what he does is he plays another Perona, and he's like, oh, let me refresh that. Let me get a top 5 restack here. So he reorganizes it, does everything that he wants to do. It looks like I see a Doflamingo coming up soon, and then a 7. It looks like 7 drop. You can see it at the very top left right there. A 7 drop Doflamingo is coming up as well. Which is great in this matchup, just awesome in this matchup. Then he puts 2 on Doflamingo, rests 1, and then he plays a Gecko Maria, getting back the Teach. And then does he take this one or does he block this one? He takes this one too. Guys, this is where like Doflamingo like just seems so good, right? That like mid game where like you just get all these resources, you're swinging for 7, and then you're also getting cards on the field, like playing off the top of your deck. Like it's just so ridiculously good that like that's why I think Doflamingo is always going to be a meta contender in this set, at least like in this format, because like his consistency can just like blow people out of the water mid game, and if you can't compete with that, you just instantly lose. So then he puts 7 on the Kid, swings at 7 to his Gecko. He saves it with a Teach and a Alvida, which I think is the best play here, because against Kid you want to keep up that aggression as best as you possibly can. And then Kid then plays Killer, puts a 1 on Killer to give him that draw 1 effect. Then he plays another Capone, so he has 3 blockers on the field compared to 2 Peronas and a Gecko Maria. So looks like he is up to, I want to say 5 Don, somewhere around that 6 Dawn. Yeah, I think he's at 6 Dawn here. He swings 5 to his life. And he wants to keep a lot of cards in his hand, so he's going to actually block this with the killer, which I disagree with. I disagree with for sure. He blocks with the killer, draws a card, and then he swings at 7 with the Doflamingo leader, and then he plays the Kuma off the top of his deck. That's probably the best card you want to see right there is the Kuma. The Kuma or the Gecko Maria is really strong. And then Teach is situationally good, but Kuma is like always like sometimes like a +2. Like he can swing, he can block, he can like play a pacifista from his hand. Like it's a very good like advantage kind of play right there. So then he has 1 up. He plays blocker Doflamingo, then rearranges the top 5 of his deck again. And then he has 1 Dawn up. Now, I believe he has a Desert Spada, but I'm not entirely sure. I think at this point he took them out of his deck. Maybe he left 1 Dawn up for something. Maybe he just miscounted. I'm not entirely sure. But maybe he wanted to bluff. He wanted to bluff the Spada. So my brother's a big time bluffer. He's a really good Doflamingo player, by the way, guys. Like really good. I actually lost to him in this tournament, in one of these side events, and I was so mad. There's nothing worse than losing to your own brother in a tournament. It just feels so bad. Like it felt so bad because like then he's gonna be like he has bragging rights over you, and like it's just something I can't even think about right now because it just bothers me, you know. So he swings at the Gecko. Gecko goes down, and then he plays he doesn't swing at the Gecko. He plays X-Ray, kills the Gecko, and then swings, and then he counters out of it to the Kuma with Teach. So 5 to 5, he counters 1k counter. So now he's up to, I believe it is 9 Dawn. And what is he going to do with this 9 Dawn? He's gonna just rest all 9 of them and go ahead and play out Big Boy. He's gonna play out the Mihawk here. And he's gonna swing at 5 to his life, and he's gonna counter out of that one. And then he's just gonna pass. He's down to 2 life now. He has 3 blockers. Our Doflamingo has a great board though. Great board. He's got he's got 2 blockers on field, and he's got Mihawk, 2 Piranhas, which don't really matter in this situation. And then our kid goes ahead and plays on 10 Dawn. He plays the 8-drop kid, and he has a ton of cards in his hand. He has 3 blockers on the field, so this is going to be very good for him. And let's see what he can do. So he swings 5 to 5 to this Kuma, and then he lets it die without a pacifista in hand, which I actually disagree with here. Puts a Dawn on killer, puts a Dawn on the kid, plays an Okiku from his hand, and this is not looking good now, guys. This is not looking good at all. So draw for turn. He's at 10 Dawn here. What does he do? Now here is where he makes a slight mistake. Now guys, this isn't a huge mistake now. Like the only thing that I will say, right, is like when you have, so I would have put 3 Dawn on leader Doflamingo and swung at his kid, right? And then after whatever he does, right? And then you play the Doflamingo. You don't want him to make decisions about like what's best for his hand when he knows your entire turn now. Like you want to keep him guessing. Like you want him like, okay, 3 Dawn, is he gonna like beef up, you know, a bunch of his guys and swing, or like what is he gonna do? So like you always want to swing first and then play your guys. Also in case of like in some cases, if they have Dawn up, it could affect, you know, if you get Punk Gibson, like the card you just played, like there's a lot of different things. So that's where I would say to always attack first and then play your cards, because you don't want him to play with knowledge of what you're going to do. So like the more Dawn you have up, the more options that you have at your disposal. So then he Dawns 2, plays Straw Sword, he swings at the Mihawk, he counters out of that, and then let's see what he does. He Dawns 2. He plays a Nekamushi, he counters, or he rests the blocker Doflamingo, then he swings 5 to 4, Doflamingo goes down, and he has 5 Dawn up, and what is he going to do with this 5 Dawn? He's going to play the 5, he's gonna bounce back the Nekomamushi, and then he's gonna play back the Okiku. So it's not looking good here for our Doflamingo player. He has 2 blockers, Okiku, or 3 blockers, and an Okiku. With a 8-drop kid that usually spells doom. You see the writing on the wall, but our Doflamingo player still has a fighting chance. He still has his 2 big guys on the field, which can absolutely take down green kid. It's not like he just has, you know, a bunch of blockers, like petty blockers and whatnot. He can still do a lot of things with this board, and we'll see exactly what he can do. So he's going to put 3 on Doflamingo. He's going to swing at the 8-drop kid. He's going to play the teach. He's going to bounce back a blocker, and then he's going to block with the other Capone, and then he's going to put 2 on Doflamingo, and then swing at 9 to his 8. He's going to 2k counter out of that. Then he's going to swing at 9 to his 9. He's going to 2k counter out of that one. And then what is he going to do? He's going to discard, or he's gonna replace the last Perona with a blocker law, and then he's just gonna pass his turn. So it's actually looking not awful at all for the blue player now. Like, that was a huge swing at things. That teach was very impressive. Now, personally, what I would have done is that teach play was very risky. I would have actually bounced back the Okiku, but I can see where he's coming from with bouncing back the other law, or with the Capone, because like he wants to like get rid of some cards in his hand, and then like next turn the blocker, like, he has to dedicate cards to the blocker. But I mean, personally, that's what I would have bounced back the Okiku. It's hard to say in this situation. I don't know what cards each player has in his hand at this point, but when I was looking at it, I was like, you should have bounced the Okiku at the end of the day. And that's what I actually told my brother too. So he swings at the Mihawk, he counters out of it, swings at the Mihawk again, he blocks it with Doflamingo blocker, and then he swings at the Mihawk one more time with the leader swing, and then Mihawk goes down, he plays that Capone again. And it's another back and forth, right? So now the power is severely shifted back into the green kid's favor, but now it's our Doflamingo's turn, and what can he do? He's gonna put 4 on Doflamingo. He's gonna rest a card, and then he's gonna play a Kuma off the top of his deck. So he's going to swing 9 to 8. He's going to block that one. I think he only has 1 card in his hand. He's going to block that one with the beige. And then he's going to put, looks like 3 Dawn on Doflamingo character, and swing at 10 to his 8. He's going to block that with blocker law. Then he's going to leave 2 up for possibly an overheat, maybe a bait, who knows. And then he's gonna pass his turn. So it's not looking awful again, guys. This has been a very fun matchup so far. So let's see what he does. So it doesn't look like my brother Zach, the Doflamingo player, I think he has like no cards in his hand, or like 1 card in his hand. So like he doesn't have a lot like to play. But I mean, our green kid only has like 1 card in his hand, you know. So it's like, or he has 2 cards in his hand. So now I would have here personally, if I had not a lot of ways to protect this kid, I would have just swung with the Okiku. I would have swung with the Okiku, swung with the leader. Oh, so yeah. So and then swung with the leader again, and then just left that kid up so I can protect him going forward. So then he kills the Kuma. He kills the Doflamingo, 7-drop Doflamingo, kills the Kuma, Pacifista comes out, kills the Law, and then he's gonna pass. So now he has no way, that's the problem, he has no way of protecting this this Pacifista right here. Now he has 3 Dawn up, which could be a bluff, could be a Punk Gibson, who knows. So he's gonna have to swing with the Kuma first. So he's gonna put a lot on Kuma just in case he does have that Punk Gibson. You gotta put at least 6 on him at least, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I think he puts 6 on him, swings, the kid goes down, and then he puts 2 on Doflamingo. No, he's like, screw it, I'll put 4 on Doflamingo. Swing at the Okiku, rest it. He's gonna raw dog, try to blind fire into it. He reveals the Virgo, so he does not get the free summon for his effect with Doflamingo. So now it is 6, or it is just a Pacifista on board, and then the 2 leaders. So what does our green player do? He puts 3 on the kid, swings 8 to 6. Pacifista goes down. It is now mono e mono, boys. Mono e mono. So let us see what we are doing here, right? So he has a ton of Dawn up. He has 7 Dawn up. Does he have a Hawkins maybe? Does he have like another Okiku? What is he gonna play here? I see a Raizo and an Apu in his hand. I would definitely play the Raizo at this point. Oh no, he's gonna Dawn 3. Discard something. I don't know what he discards, and he's gonna swing again, and then our blue player is gonna take it. So actually, up until this point, I'm pretty sure our Doflamingo player has had 5 life, because the kid player has only swung at his characters. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know exactly how much life it's at. It's at the bottom. So he swings at 8 with the Doflamingo player, and then he plays the Virgo first. And then he passes, leaves 2 Dawn up, which could possibly be an overheat. Maybe he wants to life into it. I'm not entirely sure how many cards are in his hand at this point. He plays the Bonnie. He gets a beige off the Bonnie. Puts 8 on the kid. Swings at 8. He takes another life. And he plays that beige. And then what does he want to do here? I don't think he has a lot of cards in his hand to like... I don't think he has a lot of cards in his hand to like really use Kid's effect effectively, you know. So I think it's just that Dawn is just useless at that point, right? So let's see what he wants to do here. So it's now Doflamingo player's turn, and he plays that Perona late game, which got like, that's a bad feeling right there when you're like grinding with your opponent. That's a Doflamingo player, and then like late game, like they just have the Perona in their hand. Like that is so devastating, because that's 2 free like plays right off the bat. And he swings at 7 to the leader's life. He counters out of that, and then he plays the Boa off the top, and then he swings at 8 to the Virgo. He ends up taking that hit, and then he plays 4 for another Boa, and then he puts a Dawn under it, and the writing is on the wall here, guys. I'm pretty sure it might actually be over, but we'll see. But while I'm talking about that, I just want to thank you guys for subscribing to me, liking my videos. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. I do like making content here. And I just want to grow my channel and be the best that it could possibly be. So just thanks for liking this video, and just like supporting me this past, you know, I guess I've only been, maybe a month so far. I've only been making content for about a month, so I've seen great growth, and it's all thanks to you guys. So puts 3 on Kid, swings at his life. He swings at Virgo. He counters out of that one with the Alvida. Then he dons 3, plays the X-Drake, kills the rested Boa, and then plays another blocker. So he has 2 Capones and an X-Drake on the field. And my brother right here has 4 swings potentially. Now here's where I actually do not like it. He swings at the Bonnie with the Perona. I wish he didn't do that, but I see where he's coming from, because the next card out of his hand is a Sopples. And then he puts the blocker back in his hand, and then he swings at 7 at his life. He has no life left, so this is final hit. He counters out of that one. He has to. He swings at 10 with the Boa, and then he swings at 7 with his leader, and swings at 7 with Boa. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Blue Doflamingo is the winner, and have a great day.